Getting increasing reports about people feeling uncomfortable and in some cases unsafe while they use the Calgary transit system. And I just want to say that Troy and his colleagues at Calgary Transit are very well aware of this. Russell Davies, our director there, and Doug Morgan, the general manager of transportation. And they will be doing a number of things that you will start to see on the system really as recently as yesterday, but you'll really start to see those through and after the long weekend, which we hope will help. But I really want to make sure that if you are still seeing problems, you're really communicating with Calgary Transit by the call center, even using Twitter. There's great people on Calgary Transit's Twitter on the other end of that who can really help understand the nature of what you're seeing and the best ways for us to accommodate that. And so we'll continue to do that. Certain stations will still be able to be used, but the actual station building itself, transit calls them station heads, will be closed in the evening. That's already started after 6 p.m. If memory serves, those stations are Stampede, Victoria Park, Stampede Earlton, Heritage, Southland, and Anderson stations, all on the red line. They're being monitored now, and if we're still seeing social disorder and disruptive behavior, then we will close those station heads 24 hours a day. For now, they're closed in the evening through until the early morning. There will be stepped up enforcement on fares, particularly for trains leaving the downtown core, for making sure everybody who gets on does in fact have a paid fare. And there will be other things that I'm not really at liberty to talk about around increased security and enforcement. And hopefully we will see those having an impact right away.
There's been a lot of discussion about the use of masks lately. The use of masks for physicians in the hospital, paramedics, firefighters, police officers who are responding to emergencies. But yesterday, there was the talk about this non-medical mask or face coverings, and that you could wear even if you have no symptoms. I'm disappointed to hear the numerous reports that we're getting of people disposing of their protective masks and gloves by tossing them on the ground. You've chosen to wear them into the store or whatever public environment you've got in, but you're throwing them on the ground. And I'm sorry, just for a second, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're thinking. Leaving them there is just not the right thing to do. Please dispose of them in a garbage can, and let's not make somebody else come in and pick up your mess.
Pickup and delivery have increased in our city, and so in collaboration, the Calgary Parking Authority and City of Calgary want to make it easier and faster for you to do that. So all Park Plus zones will have a 30-minute grace period for you to be able to pick up and deliver the goods and services that are needed, as well as in all the permit parking areas across the city. So if you're caring for somebody and need to go into a permit parking area, you have a 30-minute grace period as well to access those communities. So the City of Calgary is looking for additional ways to support communities and businesses, and this is one of the ways that we are doing that going forward, starting on April 9th.
We are making an order today around essential services, and yes, it is true that we are declaring the Easter Bunny an essential service. So the Easter Bunny will be able to continue his or her, I've never quite been sure, work this weekend. I know that it is very difficult for many people to think about how do you do Good Friday without going to services? How do you do the Stations of the Cross? What do you do on Easter Sunday? How do you handle your family and having your family over at those times? You know, I get it. We're in my own faith tradition, we're in the middle of a week now where you go to services every day and do special prayers for the healing of the world, believe it or not. And we can't do it. We had one of our biggest religious festivals just right after we declared the state of local emergency, and it was the first time in my life that I wasn't able to go to services on that day. But ultimately what we're doing is about ensuring that everyone in the community stays safe.